I'm here today with our good friend, the Pixel 6. At least I hope friend, not foe, right? Most people, I think, by and large, had a good experience with it, but there's something exciting that's happening and something that hasn't really, I don't think, been done before. Usually, we have the new Android launch simultaneous with the new product, and that's why maybe it's August, maybe it's September, maybe it's October, whatever. The Pixel 6 launched with Android 12. For good or for worse, sometimes mostly for worse, but mostly I think people understood. Okay, new hardware, new tensor chip, new software. There was a lot of moving parts that ultimately ended up causing some problems for people. I mean, from the get-go, we had folks that had problems with Bluetooth, with problems with Wi-Fi, problems with 5G, problems with data cutting out, problems with the fingerprint sensor. There was a lot. Let's be honest, there was a lot of different problems that this phone suffered from for quite a while. And it seems like probably it took about 6 months for them to get most of the kinks ironed out for mostly everyone. And I know there's plenty of people out there, and we've experienced this from the get-go. I don't know what you're talking about. Mine's fine. I don't know what the issue is. Mine's fine. You guys are crazy. You're making this up. It's all in your head. No, there were a lot of verifiable problems. I applaud Google for yanking Android 12 as quickly as possible. This is something that I did not anticipate. And it's funny because I heard in the rumor mill and I had people that were talking saying that, hey, I think that maybe Android 13 will come early. And it was on everybody's middle of the year Christmas checklist. I mean, anybody would have probably hoped that it came early, especially after using the Android 13 beta. And probably should have seen the writing on the wall when they reached the platform stability milestone a couple of months ago. They achieved that 2 months faster than Android 12, which at this point in time, I really got to say, did Android 12 really ever achieve platform stability? Just saying. So, they reached platform stability quickly. Clearly, Google was on a mission to try and get Android 13 out as quickly as possible. And I think also one reason why it's not really revolutionary and game-changing, there's not a lot of changes. Really, it's a lot of underlying stuff, a lot of process improvements, a lot of things that just really centered around making sure it worked more efficiently and better for the end user. So they didn't try and change things drastically, and probably the best thing they could have done. All this to say that it's going to be, I think, a new lease on life for this guy right here, or also his friends, like this one, the Pixel 6, and also the Pixel 6a. I have all three of them. I still don't have Android 13 on the two others, and I've made other videos about that. I'm not going to talk about it too much here, but I'm excited. I'm excited for people to finally experience the phone the way it should have been experienced when the phone first came out. We should have never had so many problems. And I still say that Google had to have known there was a lot of problems with this whenever they pushed out the Pixel 6 and Android 12. It was pretty catastrophic. Once it came out, and it erased so much goodwill. There was so much excitement, so much hype. People that got this phone and were reviewing it before it came out were saying that it's phone of the year. Phone of the year before the phone even launched. How did we go from phone of the year to somebody like MKBHD saying, I don't recommend this phone, and a lot of other big prominent tech YouTubers saying, I don't recommend this phone either? How do we have such a polarizing change in just a couple months' time? Well, that's what happens when you put out bad software. So, Android 13 has been basically a blessing. It has been such a nicety for the Pixel 6, and I didn't even have a lot of problems. I was one of the few that really didn't experience a whole lot of severe problems when it came to my Pixel 6 phone, but my heart went out to you guys, and I was very sympathetic about it. I know what it's like to have a phone that's not good. I had a phone before that was so terrible, there was a class action lawsuit against it, and I actually ended up getting a check for like 20 bucks out of the whole thing. It was the LG G2X. If any of you guys or girls ever had it, horrible phone. Absolutely terrible phone way back in like 2011, a long time ago. So, yes, Android 13 has been such a nice thing to have on the Pixel 6. It's made it more smooth, more consistent, and from what I'm hearing from people out there who had issues with the fingerprint sensor on the Pixel 6a and the registering, like basically people being able to access it with a fingerprint that's not registered, it seems like that got fixed too. I don't like the way that Google addressed this whole thing, because we were sitting here for 2 weeks going, okay, where's the August update? And then bam, here's Android 13. And of course, Android 13 is still having its own issues rolling out to people. Maybe it'll finally get here by October. But I think this really sets us up for a lot of success when it comes to the Pixel 7. If you look and see how smooth and how great it's working with the Pixel 6 already, imagine we're finally going to get the launch we deserve. And I had hoped that the Pixel 6a launch was going to be a lot better than it was. It even had its own issues. I mean, how do you have a phone that launches and then before you can even buy it, you've got YouTubers and people going, oh, hey, by the way, somebody whose fingerprint isn't registered can access your phone. That's not a great way to start things. So, yeah, I think that the Pixel 7 launch, hopefully we can recapture some of that momentum, recapture some of that hype and the excitement. And another thing too, a lot of people don't like to buy into the first generation products. And this being the first processor that Google has, made, air quotes made, combination with the Samsung manufacturing plant and all that stuff. But it is very much a Google processor. I mean, they have their own alignment set up for the processing cores and all the customized stuff that's in there. It's not just an Exynos processor. It may have some foundational technology used just like in the Exynos processor, but it's very much a Google processor. Probably the only thing that they share together is their love for getting warm. So I think that the Pixel 7 launch is going to be probably a lot smoother. I think it's going to be a nice, exciting event. I'm looking forward to it. We're just 2 months away from the Pixel 7, and curious what's going to happen there because we're seeing the leaks and the rumors saying that we might be seeing like first week of October launch instead of third or fourth week of October launch, which I like that, but at the same point in time, that's basically the same time of the week that the iPhone 14 launches. I don't know if that would be good or bad because I don't know that there's a lot of people out there who are iPhone fans who would be persuaded to not get an iPhone to get a Pixel 7. And I don't know a lot of people that want a Pixel 7 that would be like, I'm going to go get the iPhone 14 instead. Also curious to see what prices look like because there are rumors that the iPhone 14 will be more expensive. I haven't heard anything about the Pixel 7 yet, but I hope that the price doesn't increase because the price point for these really is part of the winning strategy that I think makes people more inclined to adopt them. So we'll see what happens there, but this I think is going to be great for people who are using the Pixel 6 still. And I think it'll probably help reassure folks who have been using the Pixel 6 that Google is actually committed to fixing things. Now, I give them flack all the time because the way they go about doing things really is kind of irky sometimes. They don't really tell you what's going on. They don't say what they're fixing. They don't say what's wrong. They don't give you any timelines. You just kind of get left in the dark to try and figure things out. And that's one of the things I do here on my channel is I try to find as many answers as I can because I do try to help support the Pixel community. But sometimes Google just does things that make you scratch your head like a lot. So exciting times. I was really, again, excited to see that Android 12, they scrapped it. That got murked quick. Like exit stage left, they just pulled it right off the stage and like, ta-da, here's Android 13. We got that stunt double off there. We got a new one in there that's going to do things right. So I'm excited for those who are able to get Android 13. And as soon as everybody can get Android 13, I think you're going to be a lot better place, a lot better world when it comes to using your phone. So definitely test that out as soon as you get it. There are things like better signal, more reliable signal, better battery life. You should have less heating issues. I've had a lot of people have come to me and said, oh my gosh, it's like a night and day difference ever since I started using it. So I'm not trying to sell you a timeshare on the beachfront property in Arizona, but I do think that especially based off my experience and the feedback I've gotten, it is a lot better. And it is the experience that we deserved and should have expected for the Pixel 6 whenever it launched. And it's a shame that it took 10 months to get here, but it's finally here. And the other great thing is the phone's still going to be supported for over 4 more years. So if you picked one of these up and you're using one and you like it, you get 4 more years out of this. And for a $599 Pixel 6 when I got it, and you can even get it for $499 now, which is insane. $499 for a Pixel 4, $649 for a Pixel 6 Pro. I would go out and buy another one of these today if I didn't already have one. And this is my second Pixel 6 Pro. If those of you who know that my first one got stolen, I had to go spend my own money to buy the second one. So I definitely like these phones. I believe in them. I bought the Pixel 6, bought the Pixel 6 Pro. The 6a got sent to me by Google with the Team Pixel program. But I think you guys here know that follow me on my channel and watch my videos know that regardless of whether I buy something or somebody sends it to me, it's going to get the same exact treatment. So that's all I've got in this video. Excited for those of you who can finally get Android 13 now. Again, if you're curious about it and it has not popped up yet, there are ways you can do it. Watch some of the last couple of videos I made, like this one here, talking about the Android 13 beta, because it we'll download the official version of Android 13 for you. So if you're tired of waiting, that might be an option. And yeah, gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go down in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.